What if everything you believed about power, freedom, and rights could be traced back to one man? John Locke, the English philosopher of the 17th century, changed the way we think about government, knowledge, and even ourselves. His ideas became the foundation of modern democracy, and they still shape your daily life whether you realize it or not. Locke dared to say something revolutionary, that every human being is born free, equal, and with natural rights, long before those words inspired revolutions in America and France. Imagine living in an age of kings and empires, where people believed rulers were chosen by God. Then Locke arrives and argues, no ruler has absolute power. People are not subjects by birth, they are citizens by choice. It was a bold challenge that forever shifted the balance of history. In this video, we'll uncover 10 powerful life lessons from John Locke, lessons about freedom, learning, morality, and how to live responsibly as individuals in society. So, what does it really mean to be free? And how can Locke's wisdom help us protect that freedom in our own lives today? Let's dive in. Lesson 1. Knowledge begins with experience. Locke rejected the idea that we are born with built-in knowledge. Instead, he argued that the mind is a tabula rasa, a blank slate. Everything we know comes from experience, what we see, hear, touch, and reflect upon. This is liberating. It means our potential is not fixed at birth. You are not limited by where you start or what others expect of you. Every book you read, every challenge you face, every mistake you make, they all shape your understanding. Knowledge isn't inherited. It's earned through living. Lesson 2. Question authority, even tradition. Locke's world was dominated by monarchs and rigid traditions, but he challenged the idea that truth should be accepted simply because it came from authority. Instead, he urged people to think critically and seek evidence. Today, the authorities might be institutions, media, or even social networks. Locke reminds us to pause and ask, is this true? What's the evidence? Blind obedience makes us prisoners of others' beliefs, while questioning leads us closer to freedom. Lesson 3. Natural rights belong to everyone. Locke introduced one of the most powerful ideas in history, that every person is born with natural rights, life, liberty, and property. These rights are not given by kings or governments. They are inherent to being human. Think about this. Your dignity doesn't depend on wealth, status, or nationality. Whether you are a student, a worker, or a leader, your rights are yours by nature. And when you recognize this truth, you also see that others, every single person, deserve those same rights. Lesson 4. Freedom requires responsibility. For Locke, liberty was not chaos. It was the freedom to live your life while respecting the equal rights of others. True freedom cannot exist without responsibility, without the discipline to use your liberty wisely. It's easy to say, I can do whatever I want. But Locke reminds us, freedom is fragile. It survives only if we balance personal choice with respect for others. In a world of increasing division, remembering this balance might be the key to living together peacefully. Lesson 5. The social contract is built on trust. Locke believed governments exist because people consent to them. Leaders are given power to protect our natural rights, not to take them away. If rulers betray that trust, people have the right to resist and even replace them. Think of every relationship, whether political, professional, or personal, as a kind of social contract. Trust is its foundation. Once broken, the structure collapses. Locke's lesson is simple. Demand accountability, and never hand over your freedom blindly. Lesson 6. Education shapes character. Locke believed education was more important than wealth or status. To him, a good education wasn't just about memorizing facts. It was about forming habits of discipline, curiosity, and virtue. Every choice you make about what to read, what to watch, and who to listen to is shaping you. It's not only schools or universities, it's the education you give yourself daily. Locke's reminder is clear. Invest in learning, and you invest in who you become. Lesson 7. Reason is humanity's greatest tool. Locke argued that reason is the gift that allows us to distinguish truth from falsehood. Without reason, we are at the mercy of superstition, manipulation, and blind passion. In an era of viral misinformation, Locke's advice is urgent. Before you share, before you believe, use reason. Ask, does this make sense? Where is the evidence? The more we rely on reason, the less we are controlled by fear or deception. Lesson 8. Property is an extension of freedom. Locke's view of property wasn't just about owning land or wealth. It was about owning the fruits of your labor. When you put effort into something, whether it's a farm, a business, or even a creative project, it becomes part of your freedom. Think about your ideas, your art, your time. Protect them. Respect the work of others as well. Locke reminds us that property is not just material. It's deeply tied to dignity and self-determination. Lesson 9. Toleration is the path to peace. Living in a time of religious conflict, Locke argued that tolerance was not weakness but wisdom. No one has the right to impose belief by force. A diverse society can only survive when people allow space for different views. In today's polarized world, this lesson is vital. Whether in politics, religion, or culture, intolerance breeds endless conflict. Tolerance doesn't mean agreement, it means respect. It means creating space for dialogue, rather than domination. Lesson 10. The right to revolution. Perhaps Locke's boldest idea. If rulers fail to protect people's natural rights, the people not only may but must overthrow them. This wasn't just theory. His words laid the foundation for revolutions that reshaped the modern world. Revolution today may not mean battles or barricades. It may mean speaking truth to power, demanding accountability, or changing systems through collective action. Locke's lesson is timeless. Freedom is not a gift. It is a responsibility we must defend. We've journeyed through John Locke's timeless lessons, from the natural rights of life, liberty, and property, to the transformative power of education, reason, and tolerance, all the way to the bold idea that people hold the right to revolution when their freedoms are denied. Locke didn't just write philosophy, he laid the foundation for modern democracy, civil rights, and the very freedoms we often take for granted today. His message is clear. Freedom is not a luxury. It is our birthright, and protecting it requires both courage and wisdom. So what does Locke ask of us now? To think critically, to respect the rights of others, to nurture education and reason, and to never remain silent in the face of injustice. Because every generation must decide, will we guard our freedoms or allow them to slip away? If this video sparked new thoughts for you, let me know in the comments. Which of Locke's lessons feels most urgent for our world today? And if you'd like to keep exploring the wisdom of history's greatest thinkers, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our next journey into philosophy. After all, ideas are powerful, and when shared, they can change the world.